So video games are one of the biggest traps for men in this modern age, and it actually trapped me too. I was a huge gamer like 8th grade to like sophomore year. I competed in tournaments. That's how much of a gamer I was. Like I go to some crusty tournament, little location, bring my controller. It was for Super Smash Bros. And yeah, I would compete. Like that's how into the games I was, is that I would compete. I'd spend all day, I'd spend all time like researching my like YouTube videos to like find the best combos for this, which is just crazy because I could have been using that time so much better, but I was so invested in getting better in the game that I was just wasting my time. And although that was like one of my biggest addictions, it was actually one of the bad habits I quit the easiest. But first, I'm going to talk about the two main reasons why people are just so addicted to these games. And then after that, I'm going to give you the steps you can do to stop playing and kind of like a shift in mindset you need to have. So both people in that previous skit, I don't really know what it's called. I guess it's a skit, but that little visualization, right? They both wanted to achieve their goals. And this is a good thing. This is like something that's naturally in all of us, where like I feel like, especially guys, I think we always want to get better. Kind of making progress is what we love to do. And a lot of people pour this drive into the video games they play. And that's the problem, is that it's not real in game compared to in real life. You're doing all these things, like I said, where you look up all the tutorials, how to get better, like the cheats. I guess if you're really trying to win, you're going to do the cheats. You know what I mean? All this different stuff. And it takes the drive from the real world into the game. Instead of wanting to look to improve your life in the real world, all you're thinking about is the video game. I'd be watching like the video of the tournament and like studying like what I need to do better. Like I know I have there's clips somewhere. I'll try to put a little clip in of me playing.
15-year-old extraordinaire.
Yeah, absolutely. We get the child prodigy of DYPC Despot in the house.
Oh, Joker. I was watching the audio.
Yeah.
Can I get
Okay.
Yano and Pinyu?
Yep. All right, guys, we had a bit of complication there, but we are back. But as we were saying.
And so what happens is when you keep wanting to level up in your game instead of in real life, you start kind of turning into a loser because you've never really done anything difficult in your life. You've just been doing it in a game. Your character is maxed out, bro. Think about this. Like you have all this armor, you got all the enchantments, like in Valorant. Honestly, I don't know the games that are popular. I think it's just Fortnite still. You got every Fortnite skin. You got like Emerald rank in Valorant. I forgot the ranks. You got all this, but you turn off the screen. You turn off your computer. You close out the game, and you're back to the same person you were before. And the person who does all this stuff in real life, they max out their fashion, their hair, skin, any of that stuff, social, right? Their strength in real life. They be hitting the gym. They're not just leveling up their strength in a game. They get actual benefits from it in the real world. He practices his social skills. So now he can talk to anybody without being stressed about it, right? He doesn't get anxious anymore. He's confident in himself because he's going to the gym instead of getting his diamond armor. Like, that's how simple it really is. And so why do we always do this in the game and not in real life when you're addicted to the games? It's pretty simple. It's just that in game, it's a lot easier to level up. Think about how hard, once you go to the gym consistently, it's not as hard, right? But think about how hard it is to start going to the gym. Most people hate it. They don't like it until obviously you got the gym rats that can go every day, like all day. They don't do anything else but going to the gym. But when you first start out, it's hard. And that's why people don't want to do it. Where instead of maxing out your strength in real life, you're out here pressing this mouse button like for an hour straight, strip mining for diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you're out here clicking, moving your mouse on aim improver. You know what I'm talking about? That's not difficult. And it gives you so much reward in the game. When you get really good aim, you start headshotting everybody. Everyone's praising you now. You're him in the game. But in real life, you got like flimsy arms, bro. The sleeve is not fitting. You got no coordination in real life. You got that coordination in game to hit headshots, but if someone throws you a ball, you're gonna drop it. It's crazy. And it's because it's so easy to do it in game. It's basically the concept of delayed versus instant gratification, where in real life, it's all about delayed gratification to level up all your stuff. You have to do all this research. You have to put all this work in. You have to work out for like 2 years to get a decent amount of progress compared to practicing practicing an aim improver for like 2 hours, you know? And lastly, on this part, I think what happens is people will get stuck in a rabbit hole where it's so hard for them to level up in real life because they put so much effort in the virtual world. You have all these things in the virtual world, but you could be overweight, you could be really skinny. Say you have like really bad posture to where it's like, it's hard to walk. You get to this really low point in real life where you can't really do anything else. And you need to stop that as soon as you can. Another thing I always kind of found weird is, and it happened to me too, is that people will say they hate the game, but they still play every day. And I think people ignore this because this isn't normal. I go to the gym, I'm not like, man, I hate this. I can't. This is the dumbest thing I'm doing right now. It's so stupid. No, I'm enjoying it. Like it hurts. It hurts my muscles. I'm mentally, physically fatigued, but I'm like, this is great. I hop off. I get out of the gym. I'm like, dang, this is great. I'm happy I did this. Where people will hop off the game and be angry. I remember when I was playing games, sometimes I'd be playing online, and you know online is gonna make you rage. You lose to that guy who you're definitely better than. Well, honestly, he's probably better than you, but your ego a little too big to handle that, right? I'd lose. I'd really start punching. I would start punching my dirty clothes like basket because I would be so mad. I'd really start beating it up. And it's like, it was like made out of like bamboo or something. Not bamboo. It was like a kind of like a thick, good material, like wood or something. Like my knuckles, they wouldn't start bleeding, but like my knuckles would, like the skin would get messed up because I'd be so mad at the game. That is toxic. That is toxic. That something, a video game that you're trying to have, that you have fun, you play to calm down, does that to you. That is insane. Just think about that. Do you actually enjoy the game you're playing? Do you get off and you're mad? Think about this right now. Write down, do I like playing the games? Do some. All right, and the next problem would be escapism. This kind of ties into what I was saying about the rabbit hole earlier, where people get so low in real life that they turn to this they turn into this virtual world where they have everything they want, where they're successful, where they're in control. They get the praise from other people because they're ranked top 100 in Valorant instead of they're ranked like 0 in real life. 0. They're unranked. They playing unranked in real life and they're worrying about top 100 in Valorant. That is crazy. They are unranked in real life. This is the problem where you want to avoid your problems by drowning yourself into this game. You have like no friends, you're weak in the real world, so you turn to the virtual world where you're one of the best players. You could even be like the captain of your team, like in your little, I don't know, I thought of TF2, like then you're like your 5v5, you're like the captain, you're like the head of the friend group who tells everyone what to do. Like in Valorant, CSGO, you're the tactic, you're the guy people turn to for the tactics. But in real life, no one even talks. Like, no one wants to talk to you. They're like, oh, that guy kind of weird. Like, I don't want to talk to him. You even get to socialize. So now you don't even have to go through the discomfort of going outside, talking to new people, meeting new people, which, first of all, is always worth it. But you don't have to go through that to get your level of socialization you need, because we all know that one pyramid of like sustainability, socialism. Being social is up there somewhere. I don't know where, but social is in one of the needs. Feeling important is like one of the most important human needs. And you get this by sitting in your computer, kind of being a loser, but people like you because in game you're not a loser. Think about that. I think when you're the noob in the game, people don't really like you as much as when you're really good. And it's the same as in real life. If you're some little like weird like little nerd neck dude in real life, people will be like, ew, like I don't really, you're like really weird, you're really awkward. People aren't gonna want to be with you. So why? And it's the same in the virtual world, which is crazy. It's so much easier to max out your levels in the virtual world than the real world. That's why people do it. And again, you get stuck in this cycle where you have all these problems because you play video games. So to avoid that problem, you play more video games and now you have more problems. So you play more. You keep immersing yourself till you have nothing in real life, but in game, you're a king. But you turn that computer off and you're back to the same person you were. 3 hours of your productivity getting better at the game, you know? Disclaimer, when you first start, stopping playing games is going to be very hard because, again, you are going to be so... I'm gonna be using gamer terms since it's a gaming video. You're going to be such a noob in real life that it's like you're going to hate it. But this is actually okay. First off, you got to realize you kind of deserve to be in this spot. So don't try to like victimize yourself, I guess. But it's good to be a noob, okay? Think about it as if you're playing a new game, right? Say, again, Valorant, Minecraft. These are like the only games I know, if I'm being honest. Say, even with like Mario Kart. All right, let's say Mario Kart. You play Mario Kart for the first time with your friend. You get smoked. You get last place. Now you're like, man, you hate losing. I'm sure you hate losing. If you're a competitive gamer, you hate losing. And you use that hate to lose in Mario Kart to do all this research. You're like, all right, best combination in Mario Kart, best items, like how to do this. Super like some secret like routes that are better than the other. Like I know weird stuff about Mario Kart. Like when your item at the top of the screen, when it's loading, if you press the trigger button, it will load faster. You'll get the item faster. It will load in fast. Who knows this? Who knows this that isn't a competitive like Mario Kart player? I know because I wanted to be better than everybody else. Use this excitement of being a noob in real life. Go, wow, I can barely lift the bar on bench press today, but damn well I'm gonna be able to do one plate in a couple months, you know? Use the motivation the same as you would in game, in real life. It is going to be a little harder, obviously, but the rewards you get are so much better. Also, you got to realize, same with this excitement from being a noob, honestly, being a gamer can kind of be a good thing. I feel like you have, especially if you're a competitive gamer, like I said, you have a lot of good traits. You have a lot of good traits you can use. You actually have so much discipline in the game. It is insane. You be seeing these Minecraft builds where it's like, or like these Minecraft videos, like, I got every block in Minecraft in survival. Dude, most people cannot do that. People with like, I feel like I have pretty decent discipline. I could not do that in real life. Not real life. I could not do that in Minecraft. I would give up. I'm like, dude, that is way too hard. But they do it. Think about how much discipline you need to have. So you have a pretty good start. You have good discipline, that grind. You are about the grind if you're a competitive gamer, and use that in real life. Think of it as a blessing, okay? Don't be like, oh, I'm at this disadvantage now. You can always think like that, but you got to think positive, and it's gonna put something in your brain where you're like, yeah, I'm at an advantage here, so let's go. And then lastly, kind of more practical things to actually stop. First, I think you need to think less of how can I stop playing games and more, how can I do things that aren't playing games? As in, so instead of trying to play less games, try to do more things in real life. Like you can get your online friends, invite them to do something in real life, right? Me and my friends, we used to all be big gamers. We started rock climbing and like we all love rock climbing now. And it was just like a random thing we decided to do one day. Some random guy was like, yo, let's do this. And we're like, dang, this is so fun. And the more we would start doing stuff like that, the less we would play video games together. The more hobbies you pick up in real life, the less you'll do with video games. Like if you work in like a job, you work out, like that's already so much of the day gone that you like sometimes you won't even want to play video games, you know? You have to do that and turn those hobbies into a game, like the rock climbing. There's different levels. You got like V0, V9, which like V9 is like the hardest V0. Like V0, it's like you can like hold on to like this, but then like a V9, like this grip, you're like gripping onto this, something this thin. That's literally like a game. You're trying to level up. You're trying to level from 0 to 9. Do this. Think about it like a game. And I know you can do it. And again, it's going to be hard. You might suck at rock climbing at the beginning because you're kind of weak. Use that as motivation. Also, once you start doing this stuff with your friends, you'll realize that you might not even like the game. Like I was saying before, you might just like hanging out with your friends. I feel like when I think about the best times I had with my friends, it didn't really have anything to do with the game. We had a good laugh. We were just also playing the game at the same time. So something you can do right now is this week, I want you to get your friends, get your online friends, tell them, yo, let's do whatever. Pick a hobby, bowling, swimming, rock, I don't know, like play a sport. Sports are great. Do anything, pick up something with your friends this week. Text them, like text them right now. Well, once you think of something, you will not regret it. Go to the gym with them. Make a competition. Who's gonna gain 10 pounds of muscle first? Maybe not muscle, you can't really measure that, but who's gonna gain 10 pounds first if you're both skinny? You know what I mean? And again, once you start doing this in real life, you'll realize how fun it is. You'll realize how much more fun it is when you go up in a level in rock climbing compared to when you go up a rank in game. It is insane because it took more work to level up in real life, so you get a better reward from it. You go, dang, I spent months trying to improve my my grip strength, all this, and I finally paid off. And you have something to show for it. Now you have crazy grip strength. You got big, meaty forearms that are like striated and stuff. So hopefully you find this video useful. Like I said, the most important thing to do is just start picking up new hobbies, and you'll start to realize how much more fun that is improving in that than in the video game. So, if you want to watch another video, like I want about the fitness community, and that's it. I'll see you next video.